Hey, Blogsville. This is your one and only Tigeress. Hope you guys are doing good. My last post was the one titled "Other Woman and Your Husband Part 2" was kind of long, and if you're a lazy reader like myself, I kind of figured it would be helpful if I did an audio post so you guys could just listen to it. Um, to start, as a single woman, the older you get, the higher the chances that you at one point have an affair with an unavailable man, whether physical, emotional, or both, or almost having an affair, or have a crush soft spot for an unavailable man, or be aggressively pursued by one. It comes to a point when all the men around you literally fall under that category. If you're like me, a man loving, tall, dark, slim, dimpled woman, then trust me, when they get married, they still look hot. Vice versa, if one of the reasons your man is with you is because of your slim, big booty, yellow self, then trust me, you're not the last of her kind on earth. To ladies who proclaim that they will never hook up with a married man, my advice to you is don't even entertain them whatsoever. Once you know they're married, cut them off immediately. Don't ever think you're strong enough to withstand temptation, because we are human beings and women have a fickle heart which can easily be manipulated, and men know this and play on it. I can say I've never shagged a married man before, but that's because I took the steps of totally cutting them off out of my life before it got to that stage. Um, there really isn't any need to go down that route. And also, I don't need that wives firing the Holy Ghost fire on my head. I take God beg you. And for married women who their husbands are cheating on them, my heart goes out to them. It does. But bitterness towards this other woman is what I don't really understand, except, of course, if this other woman is someone you know personally. I mean, women can frown at these single ladies, or we can frown at these single ladies all we want. But here's my take on that. Sit back and really think about it. If your husband who decided to cheat on you did so despite the risk he faces of losing you or breaking your heart, but it didn't stop him, it is very likely that he was one who pursued the single lady. And if for some odd reason you truly believe it is the husband snatching winch of a single girl who dug her claws into your man, remember he had a choice of telling her to F off, but chose not to. Just the same way you do not encourage men to hit on you when you're in a relationship. And even when this so-called home destroyer of a woman was showing her interest in your husband, he didn't tell you any of it. So, really, you need to stop bitching about the other woman and focus all that energy on your husband's infidelity. These single ladies have nothing to lose. They do not have a home. If anything at all, they're trying to get what you already have. It is up to the man to nip it in the bud and for you to fight for what is yours and what you wish to keep. Stop blaming the other man, the other woman, for your man's stupidity. If it means going gangster on his ass like Femi did in Reloaded, which by the way is a fantastic movie, I reckon, then so be it. And remember, this other woman could be a victim too. Your husband may be promising her heaven and earth and feeding her lies, all the truth about leaving you for her. We all know it does happen. Wives do get kicked to the curb. I'm sure we've all heard stories of things like that happening. And for these single ladies to stick around, your husband must be satisfying her emotionally, sexually, materially. And for all you know, she too has fallen in love with your husband. And I'm sorry to say this, but after watching a movie called Not Easily Broken, um, it showed some women are really stupid and literally give their husbands away on a gold platter. My prayer to God is that may He make me a good wife and grant me wisdom so that I do not use my own hands to pull my house down. And men, women who take their wives or husbands for granted, treat them like crap, cheat on them, treat them like their servants, abuse them, disrespect them, not satisfy them emotionally, physically. Remember, there's always someone out there willing to appreciate them or would appreciate them. Not that this is an excuse. It is not an excuse whatsoever. But we do need to be careful. Because once the emotions start rolling, it's hard to put a stop to it. To the single ladies cajoled into such relationships, my question is, really, is that really the best for you to play second fiddle? And for how long? How long do you want to play second fiddle? Do you not deserve a home, a family? Why do you feel the need to share when you can have a man all to yourself? And yes, some of these relationships might really be love here, right? But you're still helping a man break up his home. Innocent children are going to suffer for it. The wife is hurting, even if she's the wicked witch of the west, which I very, very much doubt so. She still doesn't deserve it. And for those vicious ladies who do target married men without a care in the world, I honestly have no words for you. Just leave it into God's hands. I mean, after all, the Bible does say this is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness. As for the men who are doing the cheating, remember that you're the head of the house. If the head is useless, it affects the whole body. There are spiritual implications of your actions, which does not only affect you, but affects the rest of the home. You give room for the devil to rear its ugly head into your home. When we harbor iniquity in our hearts, God does not hear us. So because of you, prayers of your family may not be answered. We women have feelings. We are not super beings. We bleed when you're unfaithful. No, it is not normal for spouses to cheat. It is not acceptable. And this goes for wives who cheat as well. It causes a lot of pain. When you love someone, you shouldn't want to see them hurt. When they hurt, you should hurt as well. But ultimately, remember who you sin against. The one person who can punish you for your actions, which is God. If we have the fear of God, then we would go to great lengths to avoid adultery. Only a foolish person will poke their fingers in fire. Well, that's it. If you guys can just click on the links which are highlighted in red. Thank you.